Hello everyone, this is the Southern Hellenic. I am back with another video. So today's video, I am going to be talking about how do you have a Hellenic altar if you don't have hardly any money or no money. And the no money part all depends on your own personal situation. Um, Maybe you're too young to have a job, but you want to honor the gods. Um, and there are different ways that you can do it. The coolest way I have discovered, and especially if you live with unsupported parents, is, and if they're not really good at looking at your search history, you can actually pull up an image of whatever god that you want or goddess that you want, and have a little something put together, or whatever you want to call it, and you can do it that way, which is really cool. Also, that's probably the most inventive way, because that way you can still honor the deity, and your parents will not find out. Though I will say I do not support people that go behind their parents' back and do stuff that they know their parents won't like. No matter how legal it is, it's not a good idea. And I'm not going to go into the whole thing, well, it'll make the religion look bad if you do it that way. I don't do that. I don't. I've had that thrown at me so much that I have decided, yeah, whatever. If you have a printer, you can print out images of the gods and goddesses, and you can slap them on cardboard. One of the cool thing about the calendars that come out every year is they always have these cardboard inserts, and that's used to not only make packing and shipping of the product easier, but it also enables it also just makes it look better. So when you open it up, you see the cardboard in it, you pull it out, and then all of a sudden it's all flappy. You can take that cardboard and you can take images of the gods and print them out and put tape on it, which I do maybe remind myself Tuesday to buy more tape. Or better yet, tomorrow buy more tape, one of the 2 days. Slap it on there, cut it out, and get these little wooden easel things that I've been seeing. I have like 3 of them, and you can do it that way. That's either if you don't have money or you have little bit of money. And then of course, when you get your own job and get your own place, if you're fortunate enough to be able to do that, then you can move up to statues and much more expensive things. When I started out in Hellenism, I was actually in my late 20s, which is shows how much time really has passed. Let me tell you about not late 20s, like mid 20s, like 25, something like that. I have a hard time going backwards. And this happened right after my mother said that she didn't want Wicca and witchcraft in the house. And I decided that maybe it was a sign that I needed to explore other avenues. And that's how I found Hellenism and all the other paths that I experimented with, tried out, and in the end I have come to the big stark conclusion that I'm a Hellenist. I do still do some Roman stuff, but that's more on the side, and it's more of like, I don't know, just every now and then. I don't do it all the time. I mainly do Hellenism all the time. Sorry guys, I get thirsty real bad. All my offerings are to the Hellenic deities, all of my prayers are to the Hellenic deities, things like that. Now, if you got a couple bucks, if you do have a couple bucks and you have them in your bank account, you can actually buy one of these. Now, this is Solace. She's a British Celtic deity she's a Celtic deity from the British Isles. I was going to get it right. This is a beautiful picture of her. This is Solace from Bath, England. And there's a woman, she's very controversial in heathen circles, like doing like god wives and stuff like that. But she can draw, and this is a really beautiful picture of Solace. There actually really isn't a lot of statues of her, mainly because the British Isle Celts, they didn't really have statues of their deities. They worshipped in groves, and that was where their gods were at. But yeah. So you can go on there for $5 and get a couple prayer cards. They're $5 each, so you can get a couple of your gods. If you don't have a printer to print them out, you can buy them for $5, and you can do it that way. As soon as, hold on a second. Oh, that was plastic. Sorry about that. As soon as her store is back up and open, she's actually taking a vacation, which I do think everyone needs a vacation from time to time. Her store will be reopened, and I'm going to get Hermes, and I'm going to get a couple other of the lesser known deities. She did have a prayer card to Eros. I also want to see if she has a prayer card to Heracles. So I just want to see what she's got and snap them up. But yeah. So these are another great example of how to have an image without spending a lot of money, especially if you have an allowance and all that type of stuff. And these are wallet size, so you can actually put them in your wallet and keep them away from mom and dad if your parents are not in the kind of, oh, I'm going to grab a couple bucks out of my son's wallet, which would actually make you a thief, but that's just me. Oh, sorry. Yeah, so some ideas. If you have little to no money. For me, I know from personal experience, when you see people having these big fancy altars on YouTube, you're like, oh, I really would like to have that. Why is it that I can have that, I can't have that, but they can have that? And that's mainly because they've got jobs and they work long and hard, and this is their reward for all their hard work they do. For me, my paycheck is actually divided into two parts. One of them, the main part, is my bills, like the rent and the utilities. The second part is, of course, my stuff for my religion. Now I should say three parts. The third one is my for my lunch if I want to order from Grubhub and stuff like that. I'm supposed to be getting a scooter in this coming week, so I won't be taking Lyft or the bus unless it's raining. I hope not. But yeah. So, so those are ideas. Now, when you leave, if you're over the age of 18 and you live with unsupported parents, the same thing can apply. You can always pull up an image of a particular deity, and you can offer them food and drink and do it that way, which is great because, once again, if you're good at deleting your search history, you can actually delete it and they won't know. And this is really good if you're over the age of 18, because you're an adult and it's not like, oh, you're a kid and all that type of stuff. And I know a lot of adults moved back in with their parents because of everything, especially the pandemic. People definitely moved back home, mainly because they didn't want to be away from their family because of this pandemic and all that type of stuff. which, I don't blame them. Um, but yeah, so there are different ways to have your altar. There's different ways you can have images and stuff like that. Statues are a lot harder to hide, um, mainly because of what they are. And everything. They're a lot harder to hide. I had a dickens of time hide my statues, and I got to the point where I gave up and said, hey, look, if you don't like that I'm Hellenist, you can kiss my butt. My mother had become a lot more erratic in her behavior, especially towards my religion. But yeah, it was a very trying time, and I'm really glad that it's over. But yeah, I'm gonna have some issues for a long time. Um, Now, if you live by yourself and you have a job and you don't have to worry about having this conversation to your family, the sky's the limit when it comes to stuff that you can buy. One of the main reasons that I buy deity candles from that one store is because the glass that she uses is a higher quality. It's also more expensive for her to buy. Um, I'm paying for her artwork. I'm paying for her supplies. So when I buy a candle that's over $20 and I've had nothing but good experiences with them, I more tend to buy from them again because I know the quality is better. Um, but, and that's just where I come from in that area. The most I've ever spent on my altar is nearly $400, and that was just for the 12 Olympian deities. That was a nightmare in itself because I ended up having to go over to Walgreens after pleading with them to take my package to Walgreens. And I did a entire video, and I know pretty much you guys have seen that video where I was inspecting it for breaks and for missing parts and stuff like that. Thankfully, all of my deities came with all their body parts, so that was awesome. But yeah. So that's the most I've spent. The next to the most I've spent on my altar is my wooden statues. I actually did something. I actually moved my Apollo over to his own shrine, so now he has his own little place to be cool and all that jazz and everything. I still have to put an incense burner, and I have to go over to Hobby Lobby on Tuesday. I thought I had totally forgot that Hobby Lobby was closed on Sundays, and I ended up going to the mall. And speaking of going to the mall, I went to Joann Fabrics because I needed an altar cloth for Hermes, and I had read that gold was one of his colors. I don't know why it is, but it is. And if anybody wants to know where I got that information from, it's from here. I am never, ever, 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 ever gonna buy gold fabric from them. Isn't this beautiful? It's so beautiful. This thing was dang freaking nearly $50 for 2 yards of this stuff. So yes, it's pretty and it feels good, but it's freaking expensive. But you do what you do. And I'm going to have cloths for the different deities and everything. I need to find out what other deity I can use gold for, so I don't have to go out and buy anymore, because I don't want to do it. But yeah, so I like to buy deity candles because so far the ones I bought have not broken. I like buying offering bowls. I just bought one from the Hellenic Handmaiden for my Athena altar or Athena shrine. I buy all the different kinds of incense for the gods, which is also a pretty penny. I just have, right now, I just have frankincense. Um, let's see here, Hermes. Um, okay, frankincense. So I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, I don't have to buy incense for Hermes. Um, but yeah, so generally I will buy from this company, and this is about there's about 6 of them in here, so that's gonna last me a long time. But yeah, so I'll buy it from Amazon. I've got Mirth coming in for Athena, which I will be burning as well. Um, it's just it depends on a lot of things. I have a job, so I can afford to buy the stuff that I want to buy, but it all depends on like a lot of stuff about your altar. Not everybody's altar is going to be the same. And yes, we see people with these big statues, and I actually looked them up, and I actually found them, and they are a lot of money that I couldn't even afford them. So I don't even try to buy them. Um, I just stick with my wooden statues and my bric-a-brac statues and stuff like that. These are things that at the time I was able to financially afford that wasn't going to hurt me. Um, but for a lot of people out there, they cannot afford all the, all all the stuff that goes with it, and they have to work with what they've got. And when I was Wiccan, I had to use what I had. Either because I didn't have the money, or because I had very little money, or because I knew that my mother was not going to be happy if she saw a big fancy altar. So yeah, I mean, it was annoying, and I'm really glad that chapter of my life is over. I don't have to worry about that anymore. But I understand. I understand why people be like, oh, that's a really beautiful fancy altar, I want that, and you go out and buy the stuff. And I'm gonna be absolutely honest, if I just bought stuff for an altar just to have the same kind of altar as somebody else on YouTube had, it would just feel kind of, I don't know, bland. I have pictures of the gods. Like I've got several coming in. I actually got a painting of Eros that I ordered, and I ordered the Pythia, and I ordered the music, not the music, the fates. I ordered all that because they were beautiful, and I really, really wanted to have something really nice on my wall that I could look at and enjoy, and that is one of the huge reasons that I did it. Yeah. But these are things that I know are going to look nice on the altar. These are things that I really, really think will make my altar look really special for me. And also, I like bringing color and elegance and beauty to my altar, because those things make my life a whole lot more fantastic and complete and all this. But if I had no money at all, or maybe the $20, and all I had was printed out images of the gods with an offering bowl, an incense burner, and a candle holder with a candle in it, and and another candle to represent Hestia, that would be good enough for me. It's all about It's all about you as a practitioner. It's all about how you connect with the gods. It's never about how fancy the altar is. And yes, my altar is probably as fancy as it's going to be. I don't overload it with stuff that I don't need, or it's not, I just don't do that way. But, yeah. So I'm going to end it here. My next video is going to be my shrine for the month of August. It is incomplete. I'm still waiting on my Hermes print to come in. That, along with the Demeter and Persephone one, is coming in probably sometime this month. Right now, it has left France and is somewhere else. But as soon as it hits New York, Queens, New York, it will be in probably about 4 to 5 more days. Once that comes in, then I will in fact show that off. Speaking of deity candles, I did buy, I bought another Hestia, I bought another Athena. I didn't realize at the time I had not gotten Hermes, but I went ahead and went back and ordered him. And I also got a Hecate candle. That one is going to be burned on the full moon, the new moon, and during in any kind of like the Elysia, if she's mentioned in any of the myths. I'm going to be burning it for that, and I'm also going to be burning it along with my Hades candle, which I will be purchasing in September, because she's pretty quick on shipping them out. She's taking a vacation, which I do think that everyone is taking vacation from time to time. I'm not really psyched about not getting it in a couple of days. But yeah. So I am going to end it there. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will be having more videos coming out. As I said, my next video will be the shrine for the month of August. And I actually will be doing a Panthea ritual. I did get my schedule for next week. I am off on Tuesday and I'm off on Thursday. I'm going to do the Panthea ritual Tuesday because Thursday is the 1.5 year anniversary of Mom's passing, and I'm going to be doing some offerings to Hecate. And I'm also going to be doing some offerings to Hades. And I know some people say don't bring Hades into your home. I'm not the kind of person that goes with that line. However, I do believe that he deserves some form of, well, I do believe he deserves respect and stuff like that. So, I'm going to end it here. And I hope you guys enjoy the video. So until next time, may you be happy, healthy, most importantly be safe, and held to the gods.